Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between TSL's Hyun and TSL's Revival, a Zerg versus Zerg matchup, as apparently that's a very common race for semifinals and finals in a lot of the tournaments that are currently out there. We have Hyun spawning as the blue Zerg over here on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the top left, we do have TSL's Revival spawning as the red Zerg. Zerg versus Zerg here on Ohana. No racial matchup here. 50% of the time Zerg wins, 50% of the time Zerg loses. So no racial bonus for this particular map. If you guys can tell, I'm being a little facetious, but let's go ahead and get this game underway. Now, so far it looks as though, yes, Extractor Trick coming in from Revival. Meanwhile, Hyun is just going to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way, and not utilizing the Extractor Trick, not losing a little bit of gold, as we are getting everything now currently set up. We'll see if we do see some early hatcheries here, but I do expect spawning pools to come down relatively quickly as we are taking a look at things so far. Now, in a Zerg versus Zerg matchup, I don't know how many times I've said this in the past, but Zerg versus Zerg matchups are very fragile. You have to keep track of what your opponent is doing with their larva. If they do not spend all of their larva, or if they go ahead and decide to use their larva to build up units while you're building up drones, that could make for a very sad situation. We do see a little bit of variation already coming in so far. We see Hyun has gone for a spawning pool first, a little bit more safe. Meanwhile, Revival has gone for the hatchery first. And there you go. We now see Hyun finally getting on that hatchery. We should be seeing, nope, and it's going to be an extractor now coming in from Revival. Revival having a slight economic advantage, 15 over 18 compared to 14 over 18. No extractor down here just quite yet, but Hyun will have the benefit of getting that queen slightly faster and then being able to get much more larva. Coming back over here, hatchery is about 60% done. This hatchery about 40% done, and it's just going to be a little bit of time before we see how these players are going to particularly unfold with their opening units. All right, a little bit of a note, if you hear my teeth chattering, my house is a little bit cold on the inside, even with my computer running. I think it's like 64 degrees or 63 degrees in here. Working from home and being home alone means that I don't want to waste the heat. And right now, I wish I had gloves. All right, Overlord now making its way in. Hyun knowing that it can actually fly this Overlord based upon the timing on that one hatchery. Because of the timing of when he spotted that hatchery, he knew that he could fly over with this Overlord and know that there isn't a queen just quite yet. This is the level that we're playing here, coming in from these Zerg players. They know, based upon when that hatchery does pop out, that it was a hatchery first, meaning that the spawning pool was delayed. He then made his way over with the Overlord. Did he actually spot? Yes, he spotted the extractor, most likely clicking on it to see when the extractor was placed down and to determine how much gas was involved. Now you can see Zerglings are doing a little bit of a chase here. It looks like that one Zergling isn't going to be able to take it down. I don't believe so. Zerglings do move at the same speed, and oh wow, Hyun actually turning around to get in a quick attack, and that really did not work out well for him, as Revival may actually get 2 kills with that one particular Zergling. Zergling now backing away once more. We are seeing a creep tumor now being placed down as a queen is in position. Queen count is currently sitting 2 to 3. Hyun having a slight advantage there. And with that slight advantage, we'll see what will be coming up next as we are going into 4 queen play. With that, I believe Hyun is going to be playing a little bit more defensively, and Revival, with that one Baneling's Nest, should be playing much more offensively, as we do see double queens here. Roach War now being placed down as well. It will make for a very narrow choke point here, perhaps even an evolution chamber right there with 3 queens. It will be very difficult to actually push her through, as the queens almost got a free Baneling. That would have been a huge hit there, as we now see a 4th queen being brought over as well. So 4 queens being able to throw those claws very quickly and get some damage on all of those Banelings. Zerglings and Banelings are all in position. Are they going to try and push up that ramp? Harvester count is 42 for Revival, 35 for Hyun. a bit of a surprise that Hyun is not actually in the lead since he did have more queens. And we are now going into a 5th queen? Yes, we do have 5 queens. And with 5 queens, perhaps a lot of transfusions, a lot of engagements. But this is really, really going to come down to who has the better economy, and it looks like Revival will be able to have that stronger economy here. You can see Revival already setting up his 3rd base, moving out across the map and pretty much pressuring Hyun this entire time. Overlord chain from the south side all the way up to the north side here. You can see how much sight Hyun actually has, keeping track of this army, as Zerglings are still off in the back of the base. Now Hyun, still sitting on 44 drones, doesn't nearly have that much, but he is going to be coming in with a counter-attack of roaches. The roaches with Glio Reconstitution and level 1 missile attacks may be just enough. You can see that Revival is a bit behind in terms of the Glio Reconstitution, and the roaches are just now coming out. Queens are now doing a push out as well. Are they going to perhaps catch an Overseer? And yes, you can see that the Overseer Cocoon taking a lot of damage. Is it actually going to get canceled in time? I'm not quite sure. Is it going to get some extra hit points? No. The Overseer Cocoon is down, and now with an absolute chain of creep going across the map, Hyun is going to actually have bonus movement speed with queens and roaches. This is going to be a huge, huge play now. Overlords do spot this all. Are the queens going to try to take down this one particular Overlord? Yes, it looks like it will be exactly that. The roaches are now trying to push up, and this could potentially be huge. We are now supply blocked. Revival needs more Overlords. Banelings are popping. As you can see, the queens are still doing this push here. Are we perhaps going to see some transfusions as well? All right, here comes the attack. A queen push across the map. There you see the transfusion saving those roaches, and a beautiful push by Hyun. But is it going to be enough, as drones are now coming off? More and more roaches coming in. Queens are now looking to back away. Are we going to get another transfusion? No transfusion on this queen. It does get taken down. 2 queens left. Roaches versus roaches, and I believe that Hyun does have the superior numbers with more and more reinforcing. Queens continuing to push up. Is this going to be enough here? Queens now trying to battle it out. These roaches are doing a bit of too much chasing, as the queens are now backing off. All right, roaches need to regroup, regather. Here you go. Another queen does get taken down. 1 queen is all that is left. Both sides fighting it out. Hyun looking to absolutely destroy this, and it looks like it may just work out. Hyun needs more roaches. The roaches are appearing now, and with the superior roach count at 18-8. With 1 queen as well. All right, in comes the counterattack here. Hyun now continuing this push in. How much damage is being dealt? Roaches are starting to fall. The focus fire is starting to take its toll. The numbers are reaching critical mass, and Hyun will be able to take this game here, as we see a contamination on the hatchery, preventing any additional larvae. Wow, there's the GG. A little bit of insult there, as Hyun able to come back over the top. That trail of overlords from the south to the north, I thought it was simply for sight. That wasn't the case. Hyun, knowing that he could get creep down all the way across the map and allow faster movement speed on those roaches before those roaches got that Glio Reconstitution, pushed in a couple of key transfuses later, and Hyun just had the ball rolling for him in his court. Very well played. Stay tuned for game 2.